Hello. What if you were to invest a large sum of money in the bio-based economy? You will understand that an investment requires a long-term orientation of decision makers and investments. When you commit money and other resources to a specific spot, you don't want to gamble. You want to be sure to earn a proper return on your investment. You may invest in bio-based business in Southeast Asia, or Brazil, or in Midwest USA, or in the Netherlands. I will introduce you to the current state of the biopolymer businesses around the world and its projected capacity. Polymers are semi-final products used by other companies, for example, by producers of plastic. Plastics, like Coca-Cola's plant bottle, they constitute a blend of one or more polymers and additives. Bio-based polymers form a commercially interesting area in chemistry, as it is expected to become a major segment of the bio-based economy. These pie charts show the data on the installed production capacity of bio-based polymers. On the left, you see the pie charts of 2011, and on the right, the projections for 2020. You may recognize that the expectations are quite positive. Positive for Asia and South America, but rather gloomy for Europe. The share of production capacity for bio-based polymers goes up from around dominant 52% to 55% for Asia, and from 13 to 18% for South America. In contrast, the share in production capacities actually goes down, with a drop from 20 to 14% for Europe. Finally, also the market share of North America in production capacity is expected to go down somewhat. Notice that for 2011, the summation of data from hundreds of companies add up to 3.5 million tons of production capacity for bio-based polymers. Producers estimate that this production capacity will triple till 12 million tons by 2020. Sounds huge, huh? However, despite major investment in expansions, the share of the bio-based economy in the total global polymer production will only increase from, say, 1.5% to 3% in 2020. So the visual suggests that these investments in the new bio-based capacity will take place primarily in Asia and South America, not in Europe. Is this expectation actually justified? For a better assessment of this fall of market share for Europe, we suggest to narrow down on the major investment in the bio-based business in Northwest Europe, and especially the Netherlands. A general learning is, however, that Europe shows the strongest demand for bio-based polymers, such as PLA and PHA, while production actually tends to take place elsewhere. Yeah, especially in South America and Asia. On the other hand, production of bio-based polyamide and insulation materials, polyurethane, has gradually taken off in Europe, and is likely to supply actually the growing markets there in the building and construction and in the automotive sectors. When it comes to the Netherlands, there are prominent companies such as AkzoNobel, Avantium, Corbion, Croda, DSM, Rodenburg, Sinbra, Transmare, and together they position the Netherlands very well in the sector of bio-based building blocks, chemicals, plastics and coatings in Europe. Interestingly, despite their foreign investments, these companies are very eager to execute their research and development in the Netherlands, together with the advanced Dutch research institutes and excellent university programs. However, the investment in the production capacity really seems to go to Asia and South America, or within Europe, to France and Italy. This paradox makes the country an intriguing case for the bio-based economy. Now we have shared some information on those factors that influence prominent companies in their location choices for investments in the bio-based business.